What's up? Did you guys see the Florida jerseys for Saturday? They look an awful lot like this pattern. Not that I'm a big deal or anything. No. Me? Kevin Craig? Maybe gold if you want. Here's the thing. I have an issue. I have a bone to pick because my mother is a victim of the subprime mortgage crisis. Yes, that's right, the subprime crisis that I am victim to. Although my father is fairly wealthy and in a better place outside St. Louis, I currently am outside Chicago in a town where I would normally never be. But because of the subprime crisis, like Obama would say, I'm here. And so she's living at her boyfriend's or her ex-boyfriend's deceased mother's house. Okay, so the local town is called Westchester. It's not Hinsdale. Hinsdale's next door. Most of my college friends, if they're from the Chicago area, be it that I went to Mizzou, they live in Hinsdale or the North Shore. I would consider myself probably, if I was from here, a North Shore kid or a Hinsdale kid. So I'm not a gangster. I'm not, a poor person. Not that there's anything wrong with this town. I don't think it's too terribly poor, but it's definitely not affluent, right? And so you have these police in these towns that I don't think can differentiate between an affluent, smart, intellectual kid trying to make something of his life. Now, I say kid, obviously that's just saying I am a young man, right? I am a bachelor, and I have a lot going for me. I'm very smart, and I have a lot of good things to offer this world. A lot of people looking out for me. I am a journalism and a business major from a very good institution called the University of Missouri. And you get these retired Marines, which God bless you, you serve their country. And I didn't serve in the Army. This is just an Army lacrosse pullover. I mean, I would have served if I thought there was a war going on and it was necessary. I probably would have enlisted. Like if September 11th would have happened when I was when I was 18 or 19, yes, I would have definitely enlisted. But it happened when I was in fourth grade. So I didn't enlist. I thought we took care of the war on terror. But I have a problem with this town because I think that because my mother's dating a cop from this town who slept over for the first time last night, and for the first time in a long, long time, if ever, I woke up with a chest pain, an issue in my chest. And is that because he was doing something? I mean, yes, I have anxiety, but it's not that bad. I mean, I've never woke up with the chest pain quite like that. Now I'm taking my medicine as prescribed. That's Xanax. That is Prozac, and a high blood pressure. Not high blood pressure. It's for a weight loss thing. That's like takes the water out of your system called hydrochlorothiazide, I think. Anyway, none of those things have side effects that would make your heart hurt like mine did when I woke up. Now, like I said, he spent the night last night claiming that there was a sewage backup at his home. I don't know if I believe that. I find it very weird that they started dating. I find it very weird that, she moves to this town and suddenly she's dating a cop from this town. And again, I feel like there's something to be said for police in certain towns that can't maybe afford the best police having these, not intellectuals, right? I mean, these non-college educated officers, ex-Marines, whatever, that weren't officers in the Marines. They were just Marines, right? They're right out of high school, just joined the Marines. Not the smartest of people, right? And so they have to differentiate between an affluent young man that has a lot of good to contribute to the world and like a drug dealer or a drug abuser, which I am neither. You know what I mean? So it's quite funny. It's actually not funny, it's ridiculous and quite remarkable. I feel like this thing wouldn't happen if my mother could afford to live in Glencoe, if she wasn't a victim of a predatory loan after her divorce from my father. So, I think that like in Glencoe or Wilmette or Winnetka or even Hinsdale, I don't think this sort of thing would happen. I don't think officers in that town would be reaching maybe for an overdose or maybe just are stupid, are not smart enough to differentiate between a drug dealer and a good kid trying to make something of himself. And so I'm a little confused. I hope that this reaches you well. It's quite ridiculous that I even have to deal with this. But anyway.